Hi everyone. I have a haul for you guys tonight, and I might talk about some things that I've been reading and watching recently, and I'm so sorry if this is like kind of foggy looking. My camera has been acting up and I don't know how to fix it. It's very weird because it's been making me look foggy, but then when I switch the camera around in the settings to be pointing the other way, it's clear and fine. And I thought that it was just the spot where I was sitting, so I flipped it back to me and like walked around with it, and it still is foggy, so I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, I have some library things to talk about. The first are some Alfred Hitchcock films. The other day I was watching 39 Steps with my grandmother, which is a Hitchcock film that stars Robert Donat, still don't know how to say his name, even though he's one of my favorites. And I love that film. It's my second or third time watching it. And watching it, I realized that when it comes to Hitchcock, I've seen about 11 of his films at this point, and I am pretty much split down the middle. Well, as middle as you can get with 11, because obviously I'm going to have 5 and 6 somewhere. But I'm as split as I can be down the middle as far as ones that I love and ones that I don't care for that much. And what I've discovered is I like, most of what I like from him are his older black and white films that are predominantly British, with the one exception of Rear Window, starring Jimmy Stewart and Grace Kelly. I love that film with all of my heart. It's so great. It's definitely my favorite color Hitchcock, and my favorite black and white one being Notorious. But yeah, his British films are predominantly the ones that I love, and then oddly enough, the ones that I don't love so much are the ones that most people know him for, like The Birds and Vertigo and Psycho and North by Northwest. Although North by Northwest I want to give a second chance to, because it wasn't really that I didn't like it, it's that it didn't really have an effect on me like I was hoping for, because I love Cary Grant, and as I said, I love half of Hitchcock's films, so I was hoping that because of that I would love North by Northwest, and watching it, it practically had zero effect on me, and it was the same with my mom, because she was watching with me. So I need to give it a second chance and see if maybe I was just in a weird mood that day or what. Same goes for To Catch a Thief, although I don't consider that to be on my not liking it list, because I literally don't remember a single thing about it. So I need to rewatch that one. But yeah, basically in this discovery of me mostly liking his black and white early English films, and then not liking these later kind of more thriller action-packed ones, I realized that the ones that I like are tamer. Like, they still have the suspense and the somewhat psychological thriller type of situation, but they're just tamer. They're more calm, they seem slower, they're not as action-packed, and these later ones are all more action-packed. They've got more horror in them for films like Psycho or The Birds. So yeah, that so far is my Hitchcock style as far as what I like and what I don't like. So I wanted to get several more of his films to see not only if that trend continues, but also I want to know whether I'm more pro-Hitchcock or more con. And so the only way to do that, obviously, is to watch enough of his films that I am firmly one or the other. Although it will be interesting to see if I still... for example, I have 4 movies here, and will be very interesting if I end up liking 2 of them and disliking 2 of them, because that means that I'm literally in the exact same spot that I was, pretty much. But anyway, those films that I have here are Marnie, which has Tippi Hedren, who was the star of The Birds, I didn't really like The Birds. But the thing about The Birds is that what I really don't like about it is the writing. So I'm very interested to see Tippi Hedren in a different Hitchcock film to see if I actually like her as an actress. Because I feel like since I didn't like the writing in The Birds, I couldn't really focus on her acting because I was like, well, is it the line that's bad or is it her deliverance that's bad? Like, I couldn't really pinpoint. So it'll be good to see her in something else. And also Sean Connery is in this, and the thing about Sean Connery is that I've seen him in a lot of things over the past, say, 30 years. Like, the earliest thing that I've seen him in its entirety is the third Indiana Jones film, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. I have never seen a full Sean Connery James Bond film. I've seen several of them for like half of the film because it seems that I always catch them on TV when they're like halfway through. And so this will be interesting that this is the youngest that I've ever seen him in a film, and it will be in a Hitchcock film. So that'll be interesting. And then, I know I said that twice. I don't know. I'm kind of tired, so I might repeat myself a little bit. And then I have Shadow of a Doubt with Joseph Cotten and Teresa Wright. And I'm excited about this one because I've heard a lot about it. I've heard a lot of good things about it. And also it has Joseph Cotten in it. And I think I'm correct in that he is the third main actor alongside Charles Boyer and Ingrid Bergman in Gaslight, which is a terrifying but really good film. So yeah, I really like his acting, so I'm excited to see that one. And then next up we have Julie Andrews and Paul Newman in Torn Curtain, which I really don't even care what this is about. The fact that it's a Hitchcock film and it has Julie Andrews and Paul Newman, it could be them reading grocery lists and I'm fine with that. 'Cause I love Julie Andrews a lot, and this will actually be my first Paul Newman film. My mom was like really excited when I told her Paul Newman was in this film because I think he is one of her celebrity crushes. If I can say that my mom has celebrity crushes, because I don't know if she would put it that way, but yeah, she just really likes Paul Newman. So she was excited when she found out he was in this film, and I have never seen a Paul Newman film. I mean, I think that he was very attractive when he was younger. And I've obviously heard amazing things about his acting, so that was really cool. So yeah, it'll be interesting that this is my first one, and I just feel like kind of a film buff, film-loving failure for never having seen Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, so that needs to happen. But yeah, as far as Julie Andrews goes, I love her with all my heart, and I have seen her in so many different things, but none of those things were ever suspenseful, or I've never seen her in anything that wasn't lighthearted and happy at its core, like, you know, Sound of Music, Cinderella, the Eloise films, the Princess Diaries films, Victor Victoria. Yeah, so I've never seen her in anything like this, so that'll be interesting. And then, last but not least, for the Hitchcock films, we have The Lady Vanishes. I have seen the remake of this, but I have yet to see this one, I think, because I found out about it through the remake that came out a couple years ago, but after that, I don't really remember if I immediately went and watched this, or if I just, you know, made a note in my head, oh, hey, I need to watch that, and haven't gotten around to it. So, if I have seen this, it was 2 or 3 years ago, and I have no memory of it. So, we'll see how this one is. And then, when I mentioned watching 39 Steps with my grandmother, I also, I think the next night, or the night before, watched Goodbye Mr. Chips with her, which also stars Robert Donat, don't know how you say his name, but I love him. He's awesome. But yeah, I love this film. It was the second or third time that I have seen it, and it is firmly in my favorites, along with Robert Donat being in my favorite actors category. So I got the novella Goodbye, Mr. Chips by James Hilton. First off, I just love this cover. I think it's so pretty, and the colors are just really gorgeous, and I love how it's kind of a cartoonish type painting. But yeah, this is just really cool. And yeah, I love this film, so I'm very excited to read the novella to see what I think of that. The best I can do for describing the plot of this is to read you guys the back, and that is, the novel tells the story of a much-beloved school teacher, Mr. Chipping, and his 43-year-long tenure at Brookfield Grammar School, a fictional second-rate British boys' public boarding school located in the hypothetical village of Brookfield, situated in the Fenlands. Mr. Chipping is an orthodox personality. He conquers his inability to connect with his students, as well as his initial shyness, when he marries Catherine, a young woman whom he meets on holiday and who quickly picks up on calling him by his nickname, Chips. Despite his own mediocre academic record, he goes on to have an illustrious career as an inspiring educator and a strict disciplinarian at Brookfield. So yeah, this is a really, really good film, and so I'm hoping I like the novella just as much. And it's only 64 pages, so this should be a really, really quick read. And then last, but certainly not least, we have Murdoch Mysteries Season 7. I am currently watching Season 6. I don't know if I showed you guys that before in my last haul, but I'm actually currently watching it right now because I just had the time, and I kind of felt like a Murdoch marathon. Right now, I am on episode, I want to say 8 of season 6, and it's only 13 episodes, so I'll probably finish that tonight, and then I will start season 7 and watch that over the next few weeks. I think this one is actually a longer season. I think this is the first one where they start having 18 episodes instead of 13. So yeah, that'll be great, and I'll have a while to watch this. And then for season 8 of Murdoch Mysteries, I actually was on the hold list for this, and I think only 1 or 2 people were ahead of me in line, but then I looked up season 9, and there are like 25 people in line for season 9, so I think what I'm going to do is take my name off of the hold list for season 8, and just put it back on the hold list once the line for season 9 kind of dwindles. And then that way I can watch season 8 and season 9 much closer together. But that will probably mean that season 7 and season 8 are a little ways apart when I watch them. But since season 9 is the most recent season, it feels like I really do need to watch the last episode of season 8 pretty quickly, or pretty close to starting season 9. I don't know if that even makes any sense, but I'm very excited to continue on with this show because it's one of my favorites, and William Henry Murdoch is 100,000% on my fictional crush list, most definitely. So yes, I have that, and then I also have Accept the Dying by Maureen Jennings, which is the first Murdoch mystery book. This is the book series that the TV show is based on, and this, I want to say, was written in the 90s, maybe? Let me look at this real quick. 1997. And I believe there are, like, I want to say, like, maybe 10 of these, but that might be, I don't know how accurate that is. And I would read you guys the back of this, but there's a barcode sticker across the first line, so it's kind of, I don't know, I can try. It says, step back in time to a particularly cold winter in 1895 and to the deserted, oh, okay, so that wasn't too bad, to the deserted Toronto laneway where the naked frozen body of a young woman has been found by the police. Detective William Henry Murdoch, William Murdoch, it doesn't say his middle name, sorry, takes on the case and soon discovers that many of those connected to the simple servant girl's life have secrets to hide. The biggest surprise of all comes with the revelation that the girl was pregnant and drugged with opium when she died. The recent death of his fiancée from typhoid makes this case all the more urgent for the young detective, who is moved beyond the requirements of his job to find justice for this young woman. Like his beloved Elizabeth, Therese Laporte died far too young. Unlike Elizabeth, Therese was clearly meant to die, and possibly by the hand of someone desperate to cover up a scandal in one of the city's influential families. Murdoch's investigation takes him from the brothels to the drawing rooms of this intensely class-conscious society as he unravels the tangled clues to Therese's needless death. This will be really exciting, and it's interesting because this is kind of taking me back to the very first episode, which I believe was based on this book. And I don't remember if they do Murdoch Mysteries the same way they're kind of doing Grantchester right now, where one book is actually several episodes, or if they just wrap up the mystery. I think this was like they wrapped up the mystery in just one episode. But yeah, it's really interesting because I'm so far now in the TV show, but in the book, like going back to the very beginning of the story with the first book, I'm remembering all these things that happened in the beginning of the show, like the fact that they do talk about the fact that his fiance has died when the show starts, which I feel like isn't a spoiler because, I mean, it happens here too, and she's also already passed away at the beginning of both the book series and the TV series. But yeah, it's like bringing me back to like seeing how he was dealing with that and everything. So this will be really good. I'm excited for this. And I think my library has the others as well. I think the reason I requested this one is because they have a lot of the later ones, but they didn't have the first one, which I just thought was very bizarre. And actually for my library, that happens quite often. Often I'll go and search a book series of some sort, and they'll say they have like the middle 4, but they don't have the first few or something. So yeah, I'm glad that I requested this, and I'm very happy that they honored that request and bought it. So yeah, looking forward to that one. So yeah, that's my haul. A lot of films and TV and books. Things that I am currently reading. I do want to read Goodbye Mr. Chips. I am starting Barchester Towers by Anthony Trollope because Katie from Books and Things and I are starting Dr. Thorne on the 1st of September. So I'm hoping to finish Barchester Towers between now and then. And I'm also continuously reading Reader, I Married Him, edited by Tracy Chevalier. I need to finish Peter and Alice because I started that. Romeo and Juliet, I just started As You Like It. I'm currently wanting to read Fall of the House of Usher by Edgar Allan Poe since I just watched Crimson Peak. So yeah, a lot of little things that I'm reading right now, and then a lot of the bigger things that I was reading in August are probably going to spill over into September, just because it's been a slower reading month, but I'm actually really pleased with the things that I've already read and the things that I'm currently reading, so yay. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you think of any of the things I've talked about, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.